Hello, I'm Kirk Langefeld, one of the attorneys here at Hawbecker and Garver. Today I'm going to talk about the Multi-Board 8.0 Contract Paragraph 7, Fixtures and Personal Property added at no additional value. So here we can see the paragraph that we're going to be talking about in the contract. What this paragraph is used is to determine and what the agreement is between the parties of what is or is not included with the real estate. Fixtures are anything that are attached to the property, but there can be some questions about that. So we have this entire section here where you can check off what is included. Now, not only can you check it off, but you can also enumerate what is included. Oftentimes there's more than one refrigerator. You can have a freezer in the basement. You can have 2 stoves. Whatever it is, we want to make sure that you enumerate if there are multiple items of personal property. We always ask our clients to take a look at this section and just make sure if there's anything missing, anything that hasn't been talked about. Clarification might be needed. Sometimes we have the interior security system. We have smart devices. Some people have Ring cameras and other sorts of things. But you want to make sure that, security system here and security system here. So you want to make sure that it's clear what is or is not included. Now, the other thing about this paragraph is it very clearly states that the seller warrants to the buyer that all fixtures, systems, and personal property included in the contract shall be in operating condition at possession, except. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is all the fixtures, systems, and personal property are in operating condition. So just because your buyer has an inspection, finds out something isn't missing or isn't operating properly, if it's not included in this line, 66 is not operating property, the seller has still warranted to the buyer that that is going to be working. So if the refrigerator is not working at the inspection, even if the buyer never makes any notice of that to the seller, never negotiates any sort of issue with that with the seller during a return review or inspection review, the seller has warranted that it be working and that it must be working at the transfer of possession. So it's very important there. If something's not working, the sellers are delineating in line 66 what isn't operational. Now, one thing that changes this is if the as-is provision is signed in the contract, meaning to say that the property is as-is. The seller makes no representations or warranties as to the condition of the property. What that does is that explicitly in that paragraph removes this line 66 or 65 and 66 from the contract. So what that means, if something's not operational, a seller doesn't have to notify there that it's not operational. They don't have to note it there because they have already said I'm making no representations of warranties. So it's very important to do this and to know what the values are. So when you're signing an as-is contract, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to a seller? And what does that mean to a buyer? And what is or isn't working with the personal property items? So I hope this has been a helpful primer to the personal property section of the paragraph or personal property section of the contract. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Thank you for watching.